We produced this video to share the message that even in times of great loss, there is always hope. And in hope, we find a resilience that creates in each of us the power to dream new dreams and create new stories.
For days I kept on hearing all about this guy named Harvey. On the TV, at the store, Harvey, Harvey, Harvey. I asked my mom, who is Harvey, wondering why he had so much fame. Harvey, Mom said calmly, isn't a person, it's the name of a hurricane.
It was coming in through all the doors, coming in through the walls. It was a nightmare. And at that point, my husband said, we need to get stuff together and we need to get out of here. And we tried to move as many things upstairs as we could. We had about 18 to 20 inches of water in our home. What's the weather today, meteorologist?
The weather today looks pretty sunny outside.
It's been about 6-7 months since we moved back in, and it's been nice. Every time it rains, however, we get a little bit nervous. I've worked with children who've been through trauma, so I knew that drawing and talking and getting it out on paper really helps.
The book is called They Called Him Harvey, and it's Hurricane Harvey in the eyes of me and my family about what we were going through and different things we did to keep our mind off the hurricane. My mom says our house will be okay. The things we lost are only things. We still have each other, and we are so lucky to be safe. I hope that the book could spread joy to the communities affected by Harvey and make them know they're not alone in the journey of rebuilding their house and eventually moving back in.
We started school in August of 2017, just like any other year, and about 4 days in, the hurricane hit. We realized pretty quickly that the school was going to be impacted and our students were going to be pretty heavily impacted. They were displaying some of the types of behaviors that you would see, you know, anger or depression or a sense of loss. And for kids, they act out when they have those feelings. A teacher is the person who makes the connection on a daily basis with a child. And if they're trained to be able to see that in that student, we're going to be much better at getting to students faster and helping support them.
Hurricane Harvey obviously had a huge physical and material impact, but also a huge emotional impact in the community. And at Mental Health America of Greater Houston, we really saw the need to work collaboratively with countless partners across the community to ensure that mental health, emotional health were part of that recovery.
I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I moved to Houston in September of 2005 because of Hurricane Katrina. When the storm hit, I got a call from my mama and she told me that my house was flooded. I was just like, I lost my house. I mean, I lost everything again. I think I did suffer trauma, but coming up in a poor family where we didn't have money to get no kind of counseling and stuff, we just coped with it and kept it moving. I feel like me and my family, we did it with Hurricane Katrina and we're gonna do it with Harvey. We're gonna rebuild and rebuild bigger and better.
I think people were in a survival mode initially, you know, just concerned about getting safe, concerned about having food, getting dry, having clothes, having a place to stay. And much of the emotional aspects came out after that, when people really settled down and said, okay, whew, I've made it, I'm safe. Then the tears started, then the emotional needs began to surface. Even though they may be devastated, even though it may be traumatizing, even though they may have lost their home and their lives may be changed as a result of that, people go on anyway. But underneath it, they are traumatized. They still have the issues, and sometimes they don't have the time to deal with them.
In the recovery process from a traumatic event such as a hurricane, it's important to be mindful of our mental and emotional health because strong emotions can arise months, even years after such an event, particularly when something reminds us of the event, something like the anniversary or a heavy rain. There are many simple things we can all do to take care of ourselves. Make an effort to get enough sleep, eat healthy food, get some exercise, try going for a walk or doing some simple stretching. Practicing gratitude is also a great tool, taking a few moments to appreciate the simple things. It's especially important to take care of ourselves when we're feeling overwhelmed. Try making a realistic to-do list and focus on chipping away at it one bit at a time, and remember that it's okay to say no. Taking some deep breaths is also a great way to calm and center yourself. And no matter how busy you get, take a few minutes each day for something you enjoy. If you find that stress and anxiety are getting worse over time, reach out for help. Call 211 or ask your doctor for a referral to a counselor. Remember, you're not alone. We're stronger together.
Hurricane Harvey was the worst of times for Houston and for all of Texas, but it was also the best of times. Because for one brief moment in time, we all came together. We forgot about right-wing or left-wing politics or religion or race or gender, and we cared about people, and that's what we should do every day. And I think a lot of that continues to this day.